Let's do some pickups, Steven.
All right, let's start off with the shallow pickup, and that is Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen in Buffalo.
Yes, this is your guy, Steven. UPL, available in 60% of leagues. And the talk, of course, going into the season, Devin Levi was sort of anointed as the guy. It was a bit of a cautionary tale. The same thing happened to Spencer Knight in Florida a couple years ago. Great prospect, Devin Levi, but small sample size in the pros, undersized goalie. It wasn't actually a guarantee he was going to be great. And people tend to forget that Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen was arguably the best goalie prospect in the world just maybe 3-4 years ago. He was a mega prospect of the Buffalo Sabres, and he got hurt, which slowed his development in major junior. He's got more of a prototypical goalie build, 6'5", 215, 24 years old. So that's more the age that you commonly see goalies come into their own. And here we are, last 7 games, UPL. 948 save percentage, 2 shutouts, 5 victories. It's not inconceivable that he takes this net and becomes more of the long-term answer, because people just forget this is what he was supposed to do. Maybe the light is turning on. So this is a guy you want to pick up right now in shallow leagues.
If you want to read more about him, which website do you go to?
Oh, yes, of course. dailyfaceoff.com. Steven recently profiled UPL. Definitely worth a read. It was last week that it was on the site, so it should be easy to find.
I will point out that when I wrote it, I was a little nervous because he had one more game before the article got published, and I'm like, uh-oh, please do well. And he got a shutout. Sure, it was against Chicago, but a shutout is a shutout, and I don't think the Buffalo Sabres fans would complain about that. Medium pickup, Adam Henrique, a NASCAR fan, by the way.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, available in 81% of leagues. This is not like the most exciting pickup, but sometimes not every pickup can be a UPL, a young guy with a lot of upside. In this case, Henrique, it's just sort of a next man up situation where we have Trevor Zegras hurt. We have Alex Killorn hurt again. And you have Adam Henrique without much competition. He's parked on the first line. He's playing second power play unit. Last 20 games, got 10 goals, 17 points. He's just getting used a lot. And he's someone who can get hot, score in bunches, can help you in the short term. Also a trade candidate in real life, which could work for or against him. But either way, it's worth monitoring. Maybe he gets traded to a situation where he gets a bigger role with better players, can score more, or maybe he ends up being a depth piece on a really good team and it actually hurts his value. Either way, right now in the short term, he's scoring and he just doesn't have a lot of competition for a fairly sizable role, so he can help you.
All right. And the deep league pickup is Ross Colton, a 4th-round pick in 2016. It took a bit to get to the NHL, but he's having a great career.
Yes, Ross Colton scored the Stanley Cup winning goal in 2021 for the Tampa Bay Lightning. I've added him in my deep league. He's available in 82% of leagues. And again, this is another situation where injuries are forcing a player up the lineup. The Avs are down Arturi Lehkonen and Valeri Nichushkin, so their top 6 is getting really juggled. Ryan Johansson hasn't really been cutting it as the number 2 center. So Ross Colton, who sometimes plays the wing, is getting a look as the number 2 center in Colorado. He's also playing on the top power play unit right now, 2 goals and 6 points in his last 5 games. And he's always going to give you a healthy dose of hits. So again, probably a short-term pickup. I'm sure Colorado is going to be looking for upgrades at the trade deadline. They'll get healthier. Maybe Val Nichushkin comes back from the player assistance program eventually. But right now, Colton is getting one of the best opportunities of his career, and it's working so far.
All right, I like it. And the WTF pickup of the week, a guy that we're going to hear a lot about in trade stories, obviously on dailyfaceoff.com as well, Elias Lindholm.
Yes, Elias Lindholm is available in 36% of leagues. And the reason why I wanted to talk about him in this category is specifically because of his trade status. And I'm not really worried about his current stat line, 8 goals, 30 points, and I think it's 45 games, give or take, because there's an excellent chance this player gets traded. I think with each passing day, it's more likely, and he's going to fetch a nice return. It's going to be a blockbuster deal. He's going to go to a contender. So picture Elias Lindholm with the Boston Bruins, with the Colorado Avalanche, with the Vancouver Canucks. We've seen what he can do when he plays with elite players, right? 2 years removed from playing with Johnny Gaudreau, Matthew Tkachuk, 40-plus goals, 80-plus points. I think that Lindholm, in the right situation, could be that productive down the stretch. This could be a league winner. So he should be owned in 100% of leagues. He should not be on the wire anywhere, even in a shallow league. He's at least a bench fodder for you if you're in a really shallow league, because his role could be drastically changed, his situation in the coming weeks, and he could be a super productive player down the stretch for you.